trust a lot.
This is so low.
And welcome to Lady Trojans Field, where you'll be watching your Lady Trojans take on Mamou. Sacred Heart is 5-3 on the season. I'll get Mamou's record for us in a little bit. But as always, this is a Blue and Gold Sports Network. It is a community and a fan-based production for your amusement purposes only. It is not intended for commercial or business representation. Any audio or visual content portrayed or associated with Blue and Gold Sports Network does not necessarily represent or comply with the views or permissions or policies of any school or organization or individual seen, heard, or mentioned. Blue and Gold Sports Network is an affiliate of the Blue and Gold Champ Club, commonly known as the Booster Club. We would like to express our appreciation to Father Tom, Ms. Dawn, Coach Jacob, and faculty and staff and students for the opportunity to broadcast the event. Also, for your enjoyment, this is a free broadcast. Please consider a small PayPal or Venmo contribution by finding the links in the descriptions of this YouTube event. You might need to click the word more to see the full event description. This is proudly run on a volunteer basis, therefore your contributions do not pay us, they directly support our students. We help to provide students with things like t-shirts, team meals, sports events, sports equipment, field maintenance, uniforms, chartered buses, and much more for both high school and military students. No contribution is too small. Thank you in advance for your generosity. So this pregame is brought to you by Dr. Brandon Fontenot and Mercy Regional Center. We appreciate them. They're big-time sponsors for everything. Please consider a small PayPal or Venmo contribution by finding the links in the descriptions of this YouTube event. You might need to click the word more to see the full description. So you'll have to forgive our video. It's got one camera here down the sideline, and we don't have the full presentation for you today. So it just is what it is. We're going to have this view, and I'm not savvy enough to follow the ball and talk through the game. So we're going to have this view, and we're just going to talk together through it. So again, Sacred Heart's 5-3 on the year. We have 3 losses to 3 good softball teams. We lost to Joel Sumner, Barb, and then we lost to Iota last night, who Iota, I believe, is now 10-1 on the year. 5 wins. We've beaten up on the competition that we're supposed to beat up on. So I'm ready for us to get to go ahead and beat a really good softball team, and that's coming. But so far, we've taken care of the teams that we're supposed to take care of.
Mic check. Hello. Mic check.
Let me go through some of the sponsors while we're waiting for this to get started. And in all sincerity, people, I know we read the little pregame scripted speech, but all of these people, we know who all of they are. You know, all of these people are. They don't have to donate for the marketing because none of these people are going to surprise you. They constantly give every time they're asked, and a lot of times when they're not asked. So please, if you have the ability to do business with any of these people, please do. Brown's Furniture with Mr. Jasper and Jody Fontenot. Budget Rental and Home Furnishings with Mitch Fontenot. V-Dreams Ace Hardware with Cody and Louise. True Value Hardware Industrial Supply with Matt Swallow. Allstate Insurance with Nason Swallow. Farm Bureau Insurance with all of those guys. Insurance America, the Julius Bischoff Agency. Jacob Fuselier, Attorney at Law. Judge Greg V-Dream. Louisiana Lanyard Title Company. Heinen Medical Center. Savoy Medical Center. Mercy Regional Medical Center. Healthwork Rehab with Andy, David, and Clay. Dr. Jake at Mercy Regional Healthcare. Dr. Brandon Fontenot and nurse practitioner Amy Fontenot at Fontenot Healthcare. Core Manual Therapy. Magnolia Therapeutic. Le Bon V with Brittany Miller. Physical with Derek Fontenot. Evangeline Dermatology, Lindsay Hargrave. Thank you to Jessica Pimpton with Bayou Vista Nursing and Rehab in Bunkie. And Evolves Manor Nursing Home in Plocherville. And Strive Revive Rehab. South Star Urgent Care. Jordy Vale with Mossy Oak Properties. PTI, Progressive Tractor. Cabot Corporation. Ronnie Langino and Associates. Anna Ryan Boutique. VP Ironworks. Silas Lahaye with Level and Agcon. 3L Land Solutions with Bobby Lahaye. Why Not Stop, Rick's RV, and Inner Game with Jill and Robbie Stevens. So here's the starting lineup for the Trojans. Leading off at center field is Macy Girode. Batting second is Emily Ordwan. Should be playing second base. Jolie Vidrine is going to bat third and pitch. Fourth batter is Aubrey Gilry. She's going to be playing first. Jenna Vayon batting sixth and playing right. Oh, Jenna batting fifth. Rose batting sixth, catching. Alyssa Bridnack's going to bat seventh, play shortstop. Cora Lejean's going to bat eighth and play left. And Avery Pete's going to bat ninth. And play second. Emily Ordwan is going to play first. We have our national anthem. Okay, so that concludes our national anthem, and we're warming up to get ready to get started. And just based on what I'm seeing right here, where they announced the lineup and the defensive alignment, there's a couple changes from what we've seen the last couple games at the beginning of the year. So even within the lineup, even the girls who've been starting, he's changed them up a little bit in the order, and we'll see. We had a really good stretch a couple games ago where the lineup was really strong, 1 through 9. You know, a lot of these teams and games that we play, you know, each lineup has a couple holes in it that you can try to take advantage of. And to be honest with you, our lineup is pretty deep, 1 through 9. They can all swing the bat, and so. But we struggled yesterday, to be honest with you. Flat out struggled yesterday with the bats against Iota. We had 4 hits in the game going into our last at bat where we put up some runs. But, well, sometimes you have a bad day, so a little change it up, and we'll see what we get out here today. Absolutely beautiful and perfect weather out here for a softball game today. Also, we got another home game over here tomorrow. We got Turlings at home at 4:30. Jolie gets set for the first pitch. Let's see. My video coach is running. Let's see if they adjust it. I'm looking at the camera, and I know that the third base coach is standing right in front of the batter, and there's unless I yell at him to move, there's not much I can do about it. Second pitch, low in the dirt, so 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out, top of the first. Leadoff batter for Mamou. There's a deep line drive to center field over Macy's head off the top of the wall. Batter's flying. It's a stand-up double, and that thing came 2 feet from getting out of here. An absolute rocket from the leadoff batter. And she's standing on second base with nobody out in the top of the first. Absolutely no chance for Jody to get back to that ball right there. It wasn't a lazy fly ball at all. It was a line drive that it got to the wall quick. So first pitch to the 2-0 hitter, we got a swing and strike. Should be down 0-1. Jolie getting set, getting ready with the second pitch. Another swing and a miss. Swinging right over the top of that one, way ahead in 0-2. Be really big if we can get a strikeout right here without us prevent this runner from advancing to third. Ooh, threw a little changeup. She's way out in front. Fouls it down the left field line. Count's still 0-2. Runner on second, nobody out. Second hitter up for Mamou. Ball a little low. And move the count to 1-2. Comes the pitch up high, taken for ball 2, 2-2. And I apologize, I don't have a lineup for Mamou, so I won't. I wish I knew these girls' names. I could give them out to you, but I don't. Rose gets the sign. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fisted out to second base. She makes the play. Runner advances to third. She hit it right off the fist. A little jam job to Avery Pete. Makes the play at second base. So we'll have the 3-hole hitter up. We have a runner at third with 1 out. And the top of the first. No score. Comes a pitch from Jolie. Little change up. Right in there for strike 1. Comes a pitch. Tries to put the bunt down. Doesn't get there. Throw it. Throw it. You got her. We had her dead to rights in a rundown and just threw the ball too late. And she gets in underneath the tag. That's just not what we got to have right there. So 0-2. 1 out. Runner at third. Ball low. 1-2. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Little off speed, left up high. I move the count to 2-2. Two pitch, 1 out, runner on third. No score in the top of the first. We got the 3-hole hitter up for Mamou. Jolie comes set. Another pitch high, and I'll take it full to 3-2. Comes the 3-2 pitch. Shallow fly ball hit out to right field. Oh, second baseman takes it, throws it in. Avery with a strong throw, and she's unable to advance. So I thought it was going to be right fielder's ball, but Avery Pete did a good job of getting back there and setting her feet and made a strong throw at home, preventing the run from coming in. So now we got 2 out with a runner at third with the cleanup hitter up. No score in the top of the first. First pitch is a strike. Rose gives the sign. Jolie comes set with the 0-1 pitch. Popped up, out of play. Right off the back of somebody's truck. So Jolie way ahead right here. 0-2 with 2 outs with the cleanup hitter up. Runner on third. No score in the top of the first. This would be huge for her to get out of this with a leadoff double. Not bad. A little miss, a little low. Here comes the 1-2. Way out in front, little dribble to Jolie. Takes the time over to first and gets out of it. So leadoff double, off the top of the wall, an absolute rope, and they worked their way out of it. So at the end of the first half inning, it scored 0-0 with the Trojans coming up to bat. So welcome back to Trojan Field. Bottom of the first, Macy Drody up. First pitch. Takes a strike in there. So Macy played left field last year. She's a sophomore this year. She got a lot of playing time last year. Batted toward the bottom of the lineup. Has absolute elite speed. But people, this year, we've played 8 games. She's got 4 home runs from the leadoff spot. She hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of 7th last night. She's always had that potential. She's really put the power together this year. Out in front of that one, pop up. Coming at us. Out of play. So that'll move the count to 0-2 to Macy. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Some high heat. She goes down swinging, so we'll have 1 out in the bottom of the first. No score. That'll bring up the second hole hitter, which is Emily Ordwan. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have stats, people, but I guarantee you she's batting between 700 and 800 this year. She's been on an absolute tear. Before the game last night, she was 7 out of her last 8 and had hits in every game before that. That is Todd, Hollywood, and Sadie's daughter. She's a sophomore. Wasn't able to get in the lineup last year, but got in here this year, and there's just no taking her out of it. She's swinging the bat so well. Best hitter on the team so far this year. I texted her dad the other day. They were playing out of town and I wasn't there. And she went 4 for 4. That's all. I was like, she's the best hitter in the state right now. And of course he laughed. But anyway, she's played really well. 2-1 count. 1 out in the bottom of the first. 2-hole hitter up, Emily Ordway, with Jolie Vidrine on deck. Takes a pitch high and outside, move the count to 3-1. Comes the pitch, high and outside, takes the walk. So we'll have a runner on first with 1 out with the 3-hole hitter up, Jolie Vidrine. Jolie is the daughter of Dr. Bridget Vidrine and Jonathan Vidrine. Senior, was all-parish MVP last year as a junior. When she's not pitching, she's your starting third baseman. Here comes the pitch. Takes a strike. Be 0-1. Comes 0-1. There's a rocket down to the second baseman. She looks at second, goes to first. Emily advancing to second. So Emily will get over to second. So we'll have runner on second with 2 outs with Aubrey Gilry, daughter of Troy and Maggie Gilry, senior, unlimited power. 2 outs in the bottom of first, runner at second. Comes a pitch. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Comes the 0-1 pitch. A little too far inside. Move the count to 1-1. Got 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And a runner on second via a walk. And moves to second on a fielder's choice. Ooh. Looked like an off-speed pitch high and outside off the catcher's glove. That'll get Emily to third. And move the count to 2-1. Pitcher gets the sign and comes set. Here comes the 2-1. Takes it high. 3-1. Here comes the 3-1. Yeah. The strike right in there. Aubrey knew it. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Moves the count to full. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on third, no score. Bottom of the first. Takes ball 4 inside. So that'll bring up Jenna Vaillant, daughter of myself and Kristen Vaillant, who has been struggling this year, and he just moved her up the lineup. So we'll see how this goes. She just hasn't been swinging as well as she swung it last year as a freshman. So we'll see how it goes. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, she takes it. So reset win the bottom of the first. No score. We got runners on first and third with 2 out. And your 5-hole hitter, Jenna Vaillant, up to bat. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Oh, off the left fielder and off the wall. Runners are moving on the pitch. Jenna gets into third. It was a deep fly ball right at the wall. I should have got caught. It was off the left fielder's glove. Went off her glove and hit the wall. We'll see how they scored. If her dad's scoring it, that's an error on the left fielder, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes in. But ball was hit hard. It was good to see. So it's 2-0 Trojans, bottom of the first. Jenna on third. And that'll bring up the second part of the Ordway sisters. Rose Ordway Sr. For Todd and Sadie Ordway. Takes a ball in, so that'll move it to 2-0. Rose had a really good senior year in basketball. Here comes a 2-0. Yeah, she took it a little low and inside. With a 2-0 count, you want to look at that pitch anyway. Not much she can do with it unless she was ready for it and way out in front. So she took it. 2-1. 2 outs, runner at third. Hits that one hard to the shortstop. Comes with it, makes the play, and makes the out. So at the end of one, we got the Trojans up 2-0 with Mamou coming up to bat. Welcome back. This is Nick Vail back at Lady Trojan Park, getting ready to start the top of the second with the Trojans up 2-0. Some more sponsors that we need to do business with locally, people. We got Perry's Tire with Kevin and Becky, Total Automotive with Ronnie, T&J Ford with Jason Fontenot, Fontenot Financial Services with Brandy Ordway, Capital Planning with Josh and Amy Ortego and Todd and Marcus Vail, Casey Ordway at CPA Colder Slavin, the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company, Seafood Market and Cajun Crawfish Tails, and Johnny Darbone. You ready for the first pitch? It's ground ball to third, fielded by Aubrey Gilry. Perfect throw over to first base to Emily. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's great to see. Some more sponsors. Champagne's Grocery and Pat Nero. Paul's Meat Market with Paul and Silas. Teats Food Store with Luke DeVille. B&S Grocery. Chicken King with John Clyde DeVille. Raisin Canes. And Barry at Bordelon's Furnitures. First pitch to the second hitter of this inning is a ball. So move the count to 1-0 with 1 out on the top of the second. Comes a pitch. Weak ground ball to second. A repeat makes the play to first. Easy, easy, easy. So 3 pitches total and 2 ground outs on the infield for Jolie. And you know, if you're Mamou right here, maybe you want to take a couple pitches just to kill some momentum. You don't want to get the Sacred Heart bats up right away. So this is the 7-hole hitter up from Mamou. Here comes the first pitch. If you can hear the fierceness and velocity behind me, it's because Amelia Fontenot's in the bullpen warming up right behind me. Just popping mitts. Oh, and we got Layla Fontenot coming warm up, and I'm all in the way. And I'm just going to act as a batter. Counts 1-1, 2 outs. Top of the second, 2-0 Trojans. Here comes the 1-1. Swung right through it. Those are counts of 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 from Jolie. Ground ball to third. It's a short. He's going to have to hurry. Throw down in the dirt. Emily's not able to scoop it. This is a tough throw. She was deep in the hole. It's short. And Just short hopped Emily and she was unable to come up with it. So we got 2 down. Be an 8-hole hitter from Mamou in the bottom of the second. Top of the second, my apologies. Umpire pointed at her. Sent her back over there. She had some kind of sweet mechanism in her back pocket that he wanted her to discard until she got on base. Comes the first pitch. Swing, there's a line drive to right field down the right field line. I can't tell. Umpire says foul ball, thank goodness. Because 1 run scores, and that's at least a double.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know I turned around and the ball was like that's like me pitching.
Didn't sound like she barreled that one up, so I didn't know if it was an outside pitch that she just took that way, but it almost felt like she almost kind of got jammed and flared it out that way. Anyway, counts 0-1. 2 outs, runner at first. Close one takes the ball. Move the count to 1-1. Coach Pete yelling at him. Everybody, every pitch. Make sure they're ready. Here we go, swing and a miss, fouled off. Move the count to 1-2. Genevielle's playing at the right field wall, and he yells at us to come in, which is, good advice. Oh, strike 3 looking. Right down the middle, and that'll do it for Mamou in the second inning. 1 runner reaches on an error, and no score. 1 left. Moving to the bottom of the second, it's 2-0 Sacred Heart. Welcome back to Lady Trojan Park. The Sacred Heart coming into the bottom of the second is up 2-0 against Mamou. Alyssa Brignac coming up to bat. Like I said, we changed the lineup a little quick, so let's see where she's batting today. She's batting in the 7-hole, playing shortstop, junior. Takes strike 1. It's Keitra Munier's daughter, an outstanding basketball player. Ground ball to short. Shortstop bobbles and kicks it. No way, she throws her out. Alyssa with good speed, hustling the whole way. And once the shortstop ball popped in and out of her glove, and once it did that, she missed it when she tried to pick it up, but it was going to be too late anyway. So this will bring up junior Cora Lejean, daughter of Rachel and Dustin Lejean from the Mamou area. Takes ball 1 in, low and inside. So Cora was a catcher, and last year, I'm not a medical doctor, something happened to her shoulder or her throwing motion, and she had an operation, has been unable to throw, so she's tried to convert to play at outfield, and had an absolute rocket of an arm, and again, I don't know exactly what the situation was, but unable to play the catcher position this year because of that arm. Takes the first 2 balls and no strikes. Swings through the third pitch. They move the count to 2-1 with nobody out. And a runner at first in the bottom of the second. 2-0 Trojans. Ball 3 in the dirt. Alyssa with a great read in the dirt gets down, safe. So Alyssa Brignac with a good secondary lead, and that ball hit in the dirt, and as soon as she saw it hitting the dirt, she took off right away. The catcher made a good play and made to make it close. But just a real heads-up base running right there by Alyssa. So count 3-1, nobody out. Tried to bunt her over, fouled it off. So that'll move the count full, 3-2. A runner on second. Cora Lejean at bat. Comes the pitch. Swings through it. So I have 1 out. Runner on second. That'll bring up Avery Pete Jr., also basketball player, daughter of Bo and Maggie Pete, and her older sister was JC Pete, who was was our best hitter last year. Just a phenomenal leadoff hitter and second baseman. Check swing foul.
Wow. I mean, was I supposed to be a jerk?
So 0-1 count, 1 out, runner at second. Bottom of the second, 2-0 score. Foul ball by Avery.
I should have thrown it at you.
0-2 pitch to Avery, 1 out. Ground ball to third, checks the runner. Great job by Alyssa. So Alyssa baited her. I don't know if you could tell in my screen. So Alyssa comes off the bag. It's not a force. The third baseman is looking at her to try to make the out at second. And Alyssa gets back to the bag, which allows Avery to reach first. So put the ball in play, reaches on a fielder's choice. So now we got back to the top of the lineup at Macy Girodi. Runners on first and second. Ball gets away from the catcher, and she almost tried to go to third, but didn't. It's a ball high. 2-0. Two-no count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. To Macy, there's a high fly ball to right field. It'd probably be foul anyway. Looking to tag up, but foul ball. So right field was unable to get to the ball, and Alyssa Sagan was ready to tag up in the event that she was able to catch it. So 2-1 count, 1 out. Comes a pitch to Macy out in front of it. Fouls it off. Sorry for the slow commentary. I'm watching my dad try to park over here in the background, and that was the scene to try to watch. Comes a pitch high. Another ball. So we got full count, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Alyssa Britnack on second base. Avery Pete on first base. Comes a pitch. Deep fly ball, right center field. Right fielder camps under it 1 step before. Alyssa tags and goes from second to third. Avery went halfway to read it. So now we got runners on first and third, 2 outs with the 2-hole hitter up, Emily Ordwan. Takes the first pitch high. Here comes a 1-0. Ground ball in the dirt. Takes it for ball 2. So 2-0 to Emily. 2 outs. Runs on first and third. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Remove the count to 2-1. Avery advanced to second on an indifference play, so we have runners on second and third now. There's a ground ball fisted to third. Third baseman fields it, throws it over for the out. So 2 left on, no score. Then we'll move to the top of the third with the score Trojans 2, Mamou 0.
Are you okay? Just kneel down. the knees. I'm not gonna kick you in the knees. Bruh, I don't know what's going on. Change up. A change up.
Back to the top of the third. Mamou coming up to bat. This is the first pitch. Ball high and outside. Rose giving a sign. Here comes the pitch. High for ball 2. Ball low and inside. 3-0. Let me check. I believe this is a 9-hole hitter. Looks like that's the leadoff on deck. There's strike 1. Yep, this is your 9-hole hitter from Mamou. 3-1 count. Lead off in the inning. So ground ball weakly fouled to third. Oop. So Jolie fights back from a 3-0 count to move it full to 3-2. Nobody out. Top of the third, Trojans up 2-0. Comes a pitch, fouled off. Rose gives the sign. Jolie comes set again with another full count pitch. Strike 3 right down the middle. Caught her looking. Way to come back from a 3-0 count right there for Jolie. Not to give in. So that'll bring up the leadoff, who I believe is actually who's also the pitcher, and she hit an absolute rocket off the center field wall in the first inning. Jolie comes set with the pitch. A miss sign outside for ball 1. Counts 1-0. Top of the third. 1 out. 2-0 Trojans. The leadoff hitter threw a changeup in here. Ooh. Appeals to the first baseman. First base umpire says no swing. Questionable, but I'm on the complete opposite side of the field, so I would defer to his judgment, which doesn't matter to him. It's his call anyway. So 2-0. Comes the pitch. There's a strike. So he counts 2-1. 1 out in the top of the third. Trojans up on Mamou, over Mamou 2-0. Comes the pitch. Look like an all off speed. Right in there for strike 2. So 2-2 pitch, 1 out to the leadoff batter. She's out in front, hits a weak ground ball to second. Avery Pete fields it, makes the play over to first clean.
That doesn't mean that it was good.
So 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Drop curve. I have to throw it.
So that'll bring up the 2-hole hitter.
No, it wasn't. It was just a drop. It just didn't curve.
Comes the first pitch.
Oh, and then I stopped to throw horns.
The ball in the dirt.
And then a batter. Okay.
So it counts 1-0, 2 outs in the top of the third. 2-hole hitter up for Mamou. There's a pitch, ground ball to first, foul.
Okay. Horns. No, we're not. You still have to catch it. You still have to catch it.
So to move the count even to 1-1.
Are you kidding?
2 outs in the top of the third. Trojans up 2-0. Jolie comes set. Here comes the pitch. It's out in front. Weak ground ball to third.
Did I get my drop change?
So she'll fill it out, foul it off, bring the count to 1-2. 2 outs.
Drop change.
Oh, off-speed pitch way out in front. And she waves at it for a strikeout. So that'll end the top of the third. Nobody reaches for Mamou. It's 2-0 Trojans.
Back again, check it, let's begin. Party on, party people,
I know.
noise. DC's in the house, jump, rejoice. Party over here, a party over there, where the hands in the air, shake it down, yeah. These 3 words when you get in busy. Whoa, it is Hitman.
So welcome back to Trojan Field, coming into the bottom of the third. The Trojans are up 2-0 over Mamou. This will bring up the 3-hole hitter, Jolie Vidrine, also doing the pitching duties today. Comes the first pitch to Jolie, takes it high and outside. So this is a one-man job. I am very fallible, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize, but I missed a couple sponsorships. So Nason and Allstate sponsored the runs scored in the RBIs. So thank you, Nason. And the outs at first are brought to you by Perry's Tire and Sava Medical Center. And there's been about, 17 of those. So sorry about that, guys. We appreciate it. And strikeouts are brought to you by Ace Hardware and Healthworks Rehab. Thank y'all. So there's a couple more balls while I was talking. That'll bring the count to 3-0 to Jolie, who's leading off the inning. The bottom of the third, with Trojans up 2-0. Pitching nothing close right there to Jolie. 4-pitch walk. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner. And that'll be freshman Ellie Wilmuth, who had been in the lineup, is going to courtesy run for Jolie. Of course, in softball, if your pitcher or catcher gets on, you get a free substitution to run the bases. Ellie's the daughter of Brian and Kelly Wilmuth. So that'll bring up Aubrey Gilry, your cleanup hitter, senior. Daughter of Troy and Maggie Gilry. With nobody out in the bottom of the third. Runner on first. Comes the first pitch to Aubrey. Coach P with a much more convenient spot to stand for the videoing. Here comes the 0-1. Takes it high and outside. That'll move it to 1-1. So 1-1 count. Nobody out in the bottom of the third. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch to Aubrey. Check swing foul to first. Just took it around. The center fielder is playing one step in front of the wall. She's standing in the shadow of the wall. Apparently she's heard of Aubrey's power. Comes the pitch. Oh, runner takes off. Ellie gets there. She's safe. Should have mentioned that earlier. Ellie with really, you've got a couple of these freshmen on this team. So last year we played a lot of station-to-station softball. Just frankly not a lot of team speed. And you've got a couple of freshmen that come in this year, Ellie Wilmuth and Emma Parrott, who just absolutely can lights out and run. So straight steal right there. And Aubrey swings through it for strike 3. Sudbury 1 out. I'll bring up Jenna Vayon, daughter of Nick and Kristen Vayon, who had a long drive to left center field for a triple in the first to score the 2 runs. She'll come up 1 out, runner on second, bottom of the third. Takes a strike on the inside corner. I like that take. I don't know if it's a take on purpose or she just got caught up, but the catcher had to move to her inside to catch it. So then she could have done with that. Hard ground ball to short, in between short and third. Clean single. Ellie comes up, turns the corner. Not a great throw to second. Scores easily. And Jenna gets the second on the throw. Coach Pete's give her a clap and a good job. Again, people, she's been struggling a little bit, and you know, her dad's very warming and tried to console her, but she was very hard on herself. So glad to see her come out here and put a couple of swings on it. So scores now 3-0 Sacred Heart in the bottom of the third. 1 out, runner on second. That'll bring up Rose Ordwin, daughter of Todd Hollywood and Sadie Ordwin, senior catcher, batting in the 6th hole today. Comes a pitch, high and outside. So we got a 1-1 count with 1 out in the bottom of the third. 3-0 Trojans. Rose with a good cut. Fouled it straight back. Coach Pete telling her to put it on the ground somewhere. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off to the right side, out of play. So to reset, bottom of the third, 3-0 Trojans. Counts 1 and 2 with 1 out to Rose Ordway. Comes a pitch. Hits her in the ankle. Real soon there, and imagine we'll have another courtesy runner for the, as again earlier mentioned, get a courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher. Looks like number 15, which is Abby Fontenot, daughter of Chad and Holly Fontenot, freshman. Also just a good solid athlete. Was on the basketball team, so she got here late and missed some of the fall workouts of softball because of basketball, but good to have her back here. So we got 1 out, runners on first and second. That'll bring up the 7-hole hitter for today, that's Alyssa Brignac, your junior starting shortstop, daughter of Keitra Mounier. There's a ground ball to short, tries to go to third. Okay, so let me reset this. So ground ball to shortstop, moving to her right. Tries to field the ball and go to third for the force. Fields it. Ball comes out of her hand awkwardly to try to make the throw to third, and third baseman doesn't have a chance. Ball goes up against the dugout. Genevieve from second makes it and makes the turn and scores. So to move the score to 4-0 with runners on first and second. Cora Lejean coming up to bat, daughter of Rachel and Dustin Lejean. And first pitch is a ball that gets away from the catcher that'll move the runners up to second and third. So you have runners at second and third, 1 out, counts 1-0 to Cora. Ball looked like it could have been called a strike. Got away from the catcher. Abby Fano tries to go in and scores and gets tagged out. So there's some padding behind home plate. Y'all probably, I couldn't get a view of it. It looks like it may have went to the side and maybe hit the center blocks and bounced back. I have a terrible angle to tell, but nonetheless, we have a 2-0 count, 2 outs, runner at third with Cora Lejean up to bat. There's a strike. Two and 1, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Cora fouls it off. So 2 and 2 with 2 outs. Comes a pitch to Cora, fouled off to the right. Again, runner at third, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, 4-0 Trojans. Here comes the 2-2. Ground ball fisted to the pitcher. She picks it up, tosses it on the hand to first, and that'll be 3 outs. So the Trojans get 2 more. They'll take a 4-0 lead moving into the top of the 4th against Mamou. Welcome back to Lady Trojan Field. Scores are on moving into the top of the 4th with your Trojans up 4-0 over Mamou. I believe this is the 3-hole hitter up from Mamou. Again, I'm looking at this phone that's having video. Third base coach is running away. I apologize. First pitch is in for a strike. 0-1, nobody out. Top of the 4th. 4-0 Trojans. Here comes a pitch from Jolie. Ball low and inside. Move the count to 1-1. Rose gets the sign, gives it to Jolie. Comes the 1-1. There's a fly ball, line drive to right center. Field. Top of the 4th, and that's just the second clean single hit that we've had in this game. The Jolie's done a real good job of not giving up any hard contact, or not much hard contact. So run at first, nobody out. That'll bring up the 4-hole hitter for Mamou. Good sized kid. First pitch is high for ball 1. Jolie comes set. Here comes the 1-0. Puts the bunt out. Pops it up. Hits off Jolie's glove. Doesn't feel it clean, but the runner's dead. Forced out at second. So we had a bunt. She pops it up to Jolie. Jolie running up to try to make the play. Bounced out of her glove and rolled back to Rose at catcher. But at that point, the runner at first has to assume the ball's going to be caught, and she's heading back to first. So once the ball dropped, it was easy for Rose just to pick up the ball and throw it over to second for the force out. So the end result is we still have a runner at first now with 1 out. And this will be the 5-hole hitter for Mamou. Again, top of the 4th. Trojans up 4-0. She almost looked like she wanted to score the bunt right there too. Took it high for ball 1. Counts 1-0 with 1 out. Top of the 4th, runner at first. Trojans up 4-0. The ball low and inside.
See, because this is what I do. But I don't want to. Like in 10
Rose gives the signal. Jolie comes set with the 2-0. And ball high. 3-0. Jolie gets set to deliver the 3-0 pitch with 1 out. Runner at first. There's a pitch right in there for strike 1. Gonna move the count to 3-1 on the 5-hole hitter for Mamou. Comes the 3-1. There's a line drive to right center. No chance. Macy cuts it off. Makes a strong throw to third. Just off the bag. So that was a line drive to right center. Macy fielded before it got to the wall. But the runner gets to third, and the runner goes to second on the try to throw her out at third. So she advances on the throw. So now Mamou with something working. They've got runners on second and third with 1 out in the top of the 4th, down 4-0, and this will be the 6-hole hitter, I believe. Comes the pitch, squares the bunt, pulls it back, called strike. Maybe squaring around to see what kind of bunt coverages Sacred Heart has in place. Here comes 0-1. Now she squares fully, fouls it back. So that'll move the count to 0-2 with 1 out in the top of the 4th, with Sacred Heart winning the game 4-0. But Mamou's got runners on second and third with 1 out. Comes the pitch. What a big strikeout right there for Jolie. She swung right through it.
2 out.
So now we got 2 outs, so runners on second and third. This is for the 7-hole hitter up for Mamou. Try to adjust the camera, you'll bear with me. Comes a pitch, hard line drive to third, bounces off of her. Alyssa picks it up and throws her out. Wow. So it was a rocket hit to Aubrey Guillory. Hits right off of her, caroms in the hole to Alyssa Bridnack, who picks up the ball and fires it off to first and gets her by a step. Whew. What a play. So that'll keep the score 4-0. Moving to the bottom of the fourth. Trojans up 4-0. Oh no, to be high enough, fine, maybe a stretch. Ah. So here we go, moving to the bottom of the fourth here at Leger Trojan Field. Avery Pete, your starting shortstop and batting ninth today, takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Trojans up 4-0. Avery swings down, ground ball back to the pitcher. She fumbles it, picks it up. Unbelievable pick right there by the first baseman. If it's in the camera screen, was a poor throw to be nice by the pitcher, and the first baseman just dug it out. Again, Avery Pete, the daughter of Bo and Maggie Pete. So they'll bring up your leadoff hitter, sophomore center fielder Macy Drody, daughter of Colby and Heidi Drody. While we have a second, couple more responses. Thank you, Van Jamaica Trust Company, for paying my mortgage. Second pitch comes out. Macy puts the bunt down and fouls it back. So that'll move the count to 1-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Coach P telling the bench, if I give you a bunt to hit, I want you to show it late. Guess he thinks Macy turned a little early on that one. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Macy fouls it back into the trees and off somebody's hood. And moves the count to 1-2, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Trojans up 4-0. Leadoff hitter Macy Drody at bat. Comes the pitch. Looks like an off speed, low into the dirt. Move the count to 2-2. Comes the 2-2. Ground ball up the middle, right under the shortstop glove. She just didn't get the glove all the way to the ground. So Jody gets on first. I'm gonna assume it's an error. So run on first with 1 out. Trojans up 4-0. Coach Pete staring at her again. Just phenomenal speed. Just love watching Macy run over the years. Just really, once she gets going in stride, just can fly. So they'll bring the 2-hole hitter Emily Ordway. Pass ball. Macy easily gets the second. So again, Emily Ordway batting the 2-hole today and playing first. She's played short, she's played second, she's played first, played all over because her bat's been just phenomenal this year. So she's got to get in the lineup. Sophomore, daughter of Todd and Sadie Ordway. Questionable inside strike. Move the count to 1-1. So 1-1 count, 1 out. Runner at second, bottom of the fourth. Trojans up 4-0. Comes a pitch, fouled straight back. So it counts 1-2. Comes the pitch to Emily. Yeah. Just for strike 3, but drops the ball. Catcher will have to throw her out, which would allow Drody to get to third. So now we got 2 down with a runner at third. In the bottom of the fourth with the Trojans up 4-0. That'll bring Jolie Vidrine up to bat. Jolie on the pitching duties today. When she's not pitching, she plays third base. Daughter of Jonathan and Bridget Vidrine. Takes the ball high and outside. Counts 1-0, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. The high fly ball to right center field. Right fielder gets under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out. Looks back at the kids in the outfield. So that'll do it. No runs, no hits in the 4th. Moving to the top of the 5th. Score still 4-0 Trojans. 4th inning stretch brought to you by Capital Planning with Josh and Amy Ortego and Todd and Marcus Vail and Bordelon's Furnitures. Thank you all. Thank all of y'all. So now we move to the top of the 5th. Bottom of the lineup for the Mamou Demons batting order. Trojans up 4-0. Jolie Vidrian still on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. There's a line drive to right field. Jenna Vail with a diving attempt. Dives, hits out of her glove, picks the ball up, throws the ball in. Line drive to right. She has a shot at it with a diving attempt. Hits in her glove and bounces out. So nobody out for Mamou. Runner on second. Top of the 5th. Trojans up 4-0. Jolie gets set. Foul ball straight back. Here comes the 0-1. Ooh. Thought it was way out in front. Even with her stride, it looked like when Jolie was getting set, she was a little early with her step, and then Jolie threw a changeup and just didn't have much of a chance. So now move the count to 0-2 with nobody out. Runner on second. Oh, yeah, just swung right over the top of it. Another all-speed pitch low and outside. Comes the pitch to the leadoff hitter, who's also doing the pitching duties for Mamou. Again, she hit a line drive off the top of the wall in the 1st. Comes the pitch. Way out in front. Swings over the top of it. So now move the count to 1-1, 1 out, in the top of the 5th. Mamou has a runner at second, with the Trojans up 4-0. Comes the pitch. There's a high fly ball to right field. Jenna Vaillant's camping under it. Runner tagging from second to third. Here comes the throw to third. Throw comes in, but it was deep enough where she gets in safely. But now that'll move to 2 outs. We think she left early. We appeal. Umpire says safe. A nice try. So we got 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Runner at third. The 2-hole hitter up for Mamou. Line drive to the second baseman. What a great play by Avery Pete. And I'm clapping. That's a ball in the hole that Avery Pete makes a sliding catch, knocks it down, and makes the out at first. So moving to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Trojans.
One more fastball that's kind of low. He's like a little girl.
Welcome back to Trojan Field in the bottom of the fifth with Sacred Heart up 4-0 over Mamou. Aubrey Gilry, 4-hole hitter coming up to bat. There's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder goes back off the wall. Aubrey gets into second. Ooh. So ball hits middle of the wall. Deep drive, and I was fixing to say, really, Sacred Heart, up 4-0, but only had 2 hits on the day. And we really needed to get the bats going. So she comes up with a shot off the wall. That'll bring up Jenna Vaillant, daughter of Nick and Kristen Vaillant, playing right field. Ball inside, off the backstop. That'll get Aubrey to third. So Aubrey with that shot, she hit it on the first pitch. I want to tell you that's daughter of Troy and Maggie Gilry, senior. Here comes the pitch. Jenna Vaillant with a ground ball foul to third. That'll move the count to 1-1. Nobody out. Runner on third. So right here, you just want to put the ball on the ground somewhere. Even if it's a little ground ball and you get out, you just want to get this run in. Or deep fly ball. Squares the bunt. Bunts right through it. I don't know if it was a squeeze on. Aubrey was taking off down the line, but there's no third baseman was coming up on when she squared. And luckily the shortstop wasn't there for the throwback. So that'll move the count to 1-2. Comes a pitch to Jenna Vaillant. Fly ball to right field. And that's dropping in front of everybody. Wasn't hit hard, just hit in the right spot. Fell right in between 3 of them. And that'll score Aubrey Gilry from third. So that'll move it to 5-0 Sacred Heart in the bottom of the fifth. Nobody out. Runner at first. Rose Ordway up to bat. Senior catcher, daughter of Todd and Sadie Ordway. Takes first pitch low. Call it a strike. So it'll be 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That ball's low. Gets away from the catcher. Vaillant takes off. Ooh, throw with a beater. But shortstop drops the throw. So Vaillant, not born and blessed with that elite speed as you would imagine from the looks of her father. But read it in the dirt. Aggressive, took off with nobody out and ends up getting it second. So now it's 1-1 count. Nobody out. Runner at second to Rose Ordway. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. She gloves it. Is unable to make the play. Jenna advances to third. Rose will get to first. That's going to go down. I marked it down as a hit. There's 0 chance she throws her out, even if she comes up clean with the ball. And really, you can't give her an error. If she doesn't glove that ball at all, the run scores, so she saved the run. So again, that'll be a courtesy runner for your catcher, Rose Ordway. Will be Abby Fontenot, daughter of Ched and Holly Fontenot, freshman. Number 15, she comes in for Rose. So bottom of the fifth, 5-0 Trojans. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. 1 run already in. That'll bring up junior Alyssa Brignac, your starting shortstop. There's a shot to the shortstop. She comes up clean with it. Gets the force play at second. No play at first. So that only quick. That's the daughter of Keitra Mounier. So she hits a line drive to the shortstop. Shortstop's able to come up clean with it. Gets the force out at second. But just too much time, not able to make the double play. Alyssa gets safe at first. And she gets the RBIs. Vaillant comes in from third to score. To make the score 6-0 Trojans. That'll bring up junior Cora Lejean. Swings at the first pitch. Change up. Be 0-1. Comes the 0-1. Called strike 2. Throwback to first. Alyssa gets back in time. Cora Lejean is the daughter of Dustin and Rachel Lejean, Jr. Playing left field today. 0-2 count. 1 out. Running on first. Take strike 3. So now we got 2 down. Alyssa still at first. That'll bring up Avery Pete. Fantastic defensive play in the top of the fifth. Playing second base. Here comes a fly ball to left field. Hit to her left fielder, camps under it for the out. And again, a repeat daughter of Bo and Maggie Pete. So that'll be it. Trojans score a couple. They get 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to bring it 6-0 going into the top of the 6th. I believe Adrian throwing a really good game so far. She's still on the mound as we get started for the top of the 6th. Comes the first pitch from Jolie. We got a fly ball to left field. Tough play. Cora Lejean. Oh my God. Comes out of her glove. A fantastic effort right there in left field by Cora Lejean. Lays out for the ball. Hits in her glove. Is just unable to secure it as she rolls over. But just, I mean, it's right there next to me. And she was running complete full speed. Great effort. So nobody hurt. It's a strike. 0-1. This is the 3-hole hitter from Mamou. Pitch in there for strike 2. So 0-2, nobody out. Top of the 6th with Sacred Heart up 6-0. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Not bad. Coach is I'm guessing a little low and outside. That'll take the count to 1-2. Julie gets the sign, gets set, comes the pitch. There's a line drive to Alyssa Britnack at short. Picks it up clean, perfect throw to first for the out. Alyssa's done a really good job today at shortstop. Again, they carry him off of Aubrey an inning or 2 ago. On that rocket hit to Aubrey, bounced off her arm. Alyssa picked it up in the hole, and to make that throw for the out was just fantastic and saved the run, frankly. So they'll bring up the 4-hole hitter from Mamou. 1 out, nobody on. Swings right over the top of it all speed. 0-1. Oh, and 1 out, nobody on. Comes the pitch, foul ball out to the right side. Sounds like it missed the car. Jolie wants to change the ball out. So it counts still 0-2, 1 out. To the cleanup hitter from Mamou. Nobody on. Trojans up 6-0 in the top of the 6th. Comes the pitch. Strike 3. Just froze her on the inside part of the plate. It's a big out to a dangerous hitter. So that moves to 2 outs with nobody on. I'll bring up the 5-hole hitter from Mamou. Julie comes set. Comes the pitch. Not bad, maybe a little high. For ball 1, that'll move the count to 1-0. Comes the 1-0. Good looking pitch. Called it a ball. So 2-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, nobody on. Trojans been in the lead the whole game. 6-0. Comes the pitch. There's a pop-up out of play. So it counts 2-1. You got 2 down, nobody on for Mamou. Comes the pitch. Nasty pitch, low and outside, and she swung right over the top of it. So it counts 2-2 with 2 outs on Mamou. For Mamou. Nobody on. Oh, all-speed pitch swings right over the top of it. Clean, easy inning for the Trojans right there. Ground out to shortstop and 2 strikeouts in a row for Jolie. So no score from Mamou. That'll move us to the bottom of the 6th with your Trojans up 6-0. So welcome back to Lady Trojans Park. This is Nick Van with you for the Blue and Gold Sports Network. Macy Jody up to lead off the bottom of the 6th, leadoff hitter, center fielder. Takes a ball. So it's 6-0 Trojans in the bottom of the 6th. I'd like to see a good offensive inning here from the Trojans. We scored 6 runs, but we've only got 5 hits. So, if we could get a couple more hits and get some momentum going. There's a foul ball by Macy. And move the count to 1-1. Mamou's pitcher's really done a solid job. I don't have it in front of me. Maybe a walk or two, or maybe I don't even know if we have a walk. She's done a really good job of making us put it in play. There's a pitch high and outside. 2-1 count. Nobody out. Macy Jody, the daughter of Colby and Heidi Jody, sophomore, leadoff batter, center fielder. She comes set. Pitch is high, 3-1. The Trojans up 6-0. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the pitch. Right inside of a jam to the third baseman. Pretty easy out. So one down in the bottom 6 for the Trojans, up 6-0. That'll bring up sophomore Emily Ordwin, daughter of Todd Hollywood and Sadie Ordwin. Playing first baseman. Hits the first one. Fouls it. Oh, hits it up to the right side. Shortstop, second baseman runs over and makes the catch in foul territory behind first base. First baseman didn't even take off to try to get the ball, and the second baseman ran about 50 feet and caught it 3 steps behind the first baseman. So that's 2 outs. That'll bring up senior Jolie Vidring, daughter of Dr. Bridget and Jonathan Vidring, and your pitcher for today. Take strike 1. Jolie done a real nice job today on the circle. When she's not pitching, she's your starting third baseman. Comes 0-1. Fouled straight back. So 0-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th to Jolie. Pitch high and outside. Here comes the 1-2. Way high. So I move the count to 2-2 with 2 strikes to Jolie Vidring, 3-hole hitter. In the bottom of the 6th, Trojans up 6-0. Here comes the pitch. Takes it high and outside. That'll move the count full. Pitcher comes set. Here comes the 3-2. Ball 4, high and outside. So now we're going to have a courtesy runner again. It'll be Ellie Wilmuth, freshman, daughter of Brian and Kelly Wilmuth. Had been starting in left field. So Ellie gets the day off on the field today. That'll bring up senior Aubrey Gilry, who hit one off the top of the left field wall her last at bat. Senior, playing third base today. Daughter of Troy and Maggie Gilry. Comes the first pitch. Takes it high off the catcher's glove. Ellie will easily get into second. That'll put her in scoring position. So 2 down. Runner at second. Scores 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Counts 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Called strike. Move the count even 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Way high and outside. Pitcher comes set. Auburn way out in front. Swings through it, so it'll be 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. Here comes the pitch. It's out in front of it. Hits a drooper in the left field. Wilmuth with great speed, no chance to throw her out. Throws comes home, which allows Auburn to get to second. So, okay. So, let me talk you through this. So we hit a little line drive to left field. Ellie coming from second, round second, easily scores at home. The throw comes in home. Aubrey Gilry goes to second. When Aubrey gets to second, the shortstop just standing on the bag. So Aubrey rounds the bag with complete heads-up softball knowledge, runs into the shortstop, never looks back, and runs into third. And even though she's tagged, it's interference all the way, and she gets the third base bag. So for myself, who still has young ones playing softball, all the time we see the obstruction call and the kids, and we never get it wrong, just to tell them to keep going. Jenna Vayon with a fly ball to left center, caught. Caught and then dropped. Okay, I thought he says on the transfer. Okay, let me start over. Jenna Vayon hits a ball to left center. Hits in the left fielder's glove. Ball comes out her glove. I thought it was whenever she went to transfer, but not. So they're going to call an error on the left fielder. So another run scores. That's got to be an error. So Vayon reaches first. And another run scores, and that'll bring it to 8-0 Trojans in the bottom of 6. 2 outs, runners on first. Runner on first. Rose Ordway up to bat. Ball goes away from the catcher. Jenna takes second. So Rose Ordway, senior catcher, daughter of Todd Hollywood Ordway and Sadie. Two outs, runner at second for Rose. Ball up high, and move the count to 2-1 with 2 outs. Here comes the 2-1. Catcher wants to slide over on her, need to catch it. Umpire calls it a strike. Two count, 2 outs. Runner at second. Rose fights it off and fouls it back. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Picks it up clean, makes the throw for the third out. That'll do it. Trojans score a couple more. So they're up 8-0 going into the top of the 7th. Ace Hardware and HealthWorks Rehab, and Nason Swallow at Allstate. Thank y'all very much, along with the other sponsors we have. So Jolie Vidrine's up. I'm going to try to finish off the game. She's had the ball the entire way. Ball 1 down in the dirt. So far in the game, Jolie's thrown 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 0 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Absolutely solid. Here comes the 1-0. In there for a strike. So nobody out. First batter of the inning. Top of the 7th. Trojans up 8-0. Comes the pitch. There's a foul ball straight back. Move the count to 1-2. So Jolie way ahead. Count 1-2. She gives the sign to Rose. Comes set. Looks like off speed in the dirt. Batter holds up. Move the count to 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Here comes the pitch. Swung right over the top of it. Looked like it hit the dirt. She doesn't even make an attempt to go to first. Rose throws it down to first for the force out just in case. So there'll be 1 down in the top of the 7th. Bottom third of the lineup up for Mamou. Comes the first pitch. There's a strike right in there. So 0-1, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Comes the pitch. There's a fly ball, no man's land, second baseman, shortstop. Second baseman, Avery Pete calls her off. Very aggressive call. Said it loud enough to make sure there's no problem with both of them colliding. It makes the play. So that's 2 out. Top of the 7th, and Mamou's going to have to put up an 8 spot with nobody out to keep this thing going. Here comes the first pitch. There's a weak ground ball to the third baseman. Auburn makes the play, throw over to first. And that's it, folks. That'll do it. Trojans take the game 8-0. Jolie Vidrine with a complete game 4-hitter. 0 walks and 7 strikeouts. Just a great job on the mound. And a pretty solid game for Sacred Heart defensively, which is good to see. All right. This is Nick Vale signing up for the Blue and Gold Sports Network. Blue and Gold Sports Network. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Fantastic job.
Yeah, she looked good.
7 innings, 4 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts.